All right, big week. Dungeon Fest is this weekend, and I've got a lot of stuff to get done. And the first thing is to throw some color on the vial from Idols. So I want to mess around with the speed painting technique that I had before I started painting with oils. Mostly because it's going to dry faster and I kind of don't have a lot of time. So I've hosed these guys down with like a rusty, orangey yellow, and then pale yellow. And now we're going to get out the speed paint. I think speed paints work really well as like a universal wash. And this Desolate Brown should work real nice for these fungal, rot, and decay fellas. Now I'm using speed paint because that's what I have, but any of these transparent type paints like this should work for this. The key though is that we need to dilute this a lot, like probably 7 parts medium to 1 part paint. And then we just slop this on, just mop it on with a giant brush. Okay, I think this will look pretty good, but mostly due to the volume of medium in here, they're gonna take a minute to dry. But that's okay, because I want to add a little more fun to these guys. So generally, I'm pretty happy with where these are at. I think there's a cool gradient of color, and they'll really pop on the table. And not everything needs to be a masterpiece. This is plenty good enough to play games with. But I do want to add a little more ghostly texture by reintroducing this verdigris color. Yeah, that's definitely an improvement to these guys. I still need to deal with the candles, but I'll wait till all of these ones are done for that. Now to mix up some sort of green that I don't have. Yeah, that's a nice, subtle little bump in contrast. Maybe too subtle, but perfectly good for my purposes this weekend. Now on to the candles. I've gone through and given each of the flames a nice hit of white, and now it's time to bust out the airbrush. Admittedly, I've never attempted anything resembling OSL before, but you know, full send. And these turned out pretty good actually. Now I just need to add some yellow to those flames, and I think I'll call it good. Yeah, that definitely works. But there is now a bit too much orange overspray on the candles. So I think the final step is just to clean them up a little bit, throw some victory laps of black around the base rims, and call them done. Yeah, I started painting the candles and then quickly realized that I'm plenty happy with them as they are, and they don't need to be any better, so I stopped. Gotta say, I am really quite happy with how these dudes turned out. They're gonna be a great contrast on the tabletop, and they just kind of look cool, and I'm super happy with how the candles turned out. Kind of a neat way to incorporate what's a mechanical thing into the minis. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. You are awesome.